What it do, what it do, what it do. You are listening to your number one crew. This is Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. We are back as a duo. You know, part-time Jay couldn't make it, but we are here. It's your boy OTR, Mic Drop. I was going to say something, but I lost it.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your man Trey, aka Treyway, aka OTR Trey, aka Wednesday Night Trey. And yeah, man, the dynamic duo is back. We ain't the tag champs, the trios champs, but we're missing the third.
I mean, we are trios champs that's doing tag team ish right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, clap it up, damn it. Hopefully, part-time, full-time, whatever Jay he is, will be back next week. So as y'all can see, well, first off, welcome everybody to episode 151 of the Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. As you can tell by the title of this episode, this is pretty much a prediction episode because it's 3 shows this weekend. I forgot about NXT.
Yeah, especially quick hits real quick. Cancellation of NXT in Tampa due to ticket sales being only at 17%.
Oh, so it's not happening anymore?
No, they canceled it. Well, the paper. I don't know if it was a pay-per-view or a premium live event. That's the one that's in Tampa?
Yeah.
Well,
Battleground Tampa. It's supposed to be.
It's been showing up.
Because I'm doing a watch party for AEW Double or Nothing, but NXT Battleground was supposed to be at 7:30, and Double or Nothing starts at 8 on Sunday.
Ooh, well, according to a lot of posts, it was canceled due to only 17%. 17% ticket purchases.
Okay. Matter of fact, this is what we're gonna do. It's not a first for Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast, but we about to head to the Google machine and let everybody see it. Let's see.
Okay, so 9 hours ago, it says WWE NXT Battleground 2025 tickets, cheapest last-minute prices for pro wrestling event. WWE cuts Tampa residency short, cancels NXT at Yuengling Center. So I'm guessing it was just a NXT, I guess the show, the taping.
NXT will not be hosting their post-NXT Battleground episode of NXT on CW.
In Tampa, Florida. Oh, damn! But so you
they
mean
cut
to tell
NXT? They didn't cut Battleground. They cut NXT.
Yeah, they cut the show. So technically, it's WWE Battleground, not NXT Battleground.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. WWE cancels post Battleground taping. Oh. Okay. So then they're still having the show then.
Yeah. This includes Saturday night's main event on May 24th, NXT Battleground and the May 27th edition of NXT TV.
May 27th. Okay.
So I'm guessing they canceled the taping for the week after, because NXT they tape their stuff in advance. They don't do live like Raw and SmackDown. Not all the time. So
there will be a NXT shown this Tuesday. Well, Tuesday next week.
Yeah, on the 27th. It will be, but they canceled the one in Tampa.
Yeah.
Right. They probably I was seeing ticket purchases was low, but it could also be because they probably had to utilize a different location. So that could be it. We're not going to jump to too many conclusions on what's going on. We'll just have to wait and see, guys. Hanson Terrell, what's going on, my guy?
What's up, Hassan?
How you doing? Oh, Hassan.
Or Hanson.
Hey.
I don't hell. I'm sorry, sir.
You might be right. I might have said it wrong.
Well, since we're already here, let's go ahead and do the Battleground predictions.
Well, we could do that.
I mean, shit, we already here. So, and in a shocking twist, AEW Double or Nothing is only like 6 matches or 7 matches.
That actually is good.
It is good, especially when me doing a watch party and streaming it. I'm very happy that it's only that many matches.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get to it. Let's start with the 6-man tag match. So we got Hank and Tank versus Josh. So Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs versus the Culling. So Brooks Jensen, Nico Vance, and Sean Spears with Izzy Dame on the ringside. There's a 6-man tag match. Who you got?
Well, if I remember, I can't forget. I think I missed the ending of it. Did Josh Briggs beat Sean Spears yesterday?
I think so.
In their one-on-one?
I was my NXT stream kept going in and out, so I didn't see.
Dang. I'm gonna go Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs. I'm not gonna go with the culling.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna roll with that too. We don't respect the culling over here.
Yeah.
Tony D versus Stacks in a singles match.
I like the way that they're going with Stacks. This is actually one of my favorite storylines in NXT right now. I like the whole taking a family and stuff like that. I like that storyline that they're going. Tony D is kind of like by himself in hindsight. I'm actually going with Stacks.
So they made it seem like Stacks killed Luca.
Yeah, out there in the desert, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We ain't seen him since, and then he went to the I'm about to say the trap house, to the safe house to get Rizzo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to write.
I don't know. Do you think that they could possibly like have Tony D win and get back his family, or do you think that Stacks could be the new Don?
So with this story, hold on, let's get this comment. I watch it evolve on Tubi and AEW go. Oh, he's talking about what he's gonna be watching tonight. Okay.
It's definitely gonna be a busy night.
Side note: have you been watching Evolve on Tubi?
I haven't been so I've watched LFG, and I've been watching that, but I be forgetting Evolve is on Tubi, honestly. But just a side note, since we mentioned that, Team Taker won the LFG tournament. Both of his people, because he had the most people left that was in the tournament. So by rule of elimination, his team won, and the people on his team got NXT contracts. Little do a lot of people know, those people are already signed to NXT.
Is that why Undertaker kept showing up on NXT?
Yes. So a lot of his people are already, everybody who was a part of that LFG tournament were already preliminarily signed to NXT. Now, the winners of the tournament actually get, the lucrative NXT contract.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Jasper Troy and what's the girl's name?
I forgot.
Damn. Okay, we're gonna have to get this right.
Hey man, I'm working 2 devices right now. LFG.
Tyra May.
Tyra May. There we go.
Tyra May Steels. All right. Sorry, girl. We didn't mean to do that to you.
All right, you're a newbie, so give us the benefit of the doubt.
So you said you picking Stacks, right?
Yeah, I'm picking Stacks. I feel like Tony D need to be called up, but I feel like he will be in the draft.
Yeah, I think we both said he looked. We said he looked like a SmackDown guy.
Yeah, and I feel like Stacks could be the new Don of NXT.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Stacks also. Matter of fact, let me get my. There we go. Okay, next match we have. Let's do your girl, Sol Ruka, the champion, versus Kalani Jordan for the North American Championship. Kalani just beat Zarya last
night to get her opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's had, mind you, Kalani is the first North American champion, right? So she's trying to get the title back. She's been going through these obstacles, and she's had all these matches and trying to get the title back. I'm kind of looking at that she might actually take this. I know Sol Ruka hasn't been champion long, but if they're going this wavelength with Kalani Jordan, I feel like that she could possibly win. Now, there's also that part in my mind that feels like that Zarya will get mixed up in this, so it could possibly end in a no disqualification match, setting up a triple threat match for the North American Championship, the women's North American Championship.
I'm sorry. So who'd you pick?
I'm sticking with Sol Ruka. I'm not. I was going with Kalani. I'm sticking with Sol Ruka.
All right, I'll go with Kalani.
Yeah,
I'll go with Kalani. All right, next, Stephanie versus Jordan. Stephanie Vacker versus Jordan Grace.
Stephanie Vacker.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still picking Stephanie.
Yeah.
Oh, and it makes so much sense now why they took the title off of Julia when they did, because she's already been called up. She already signed to SmackDown.
Yep.
And Roxanne finally signed to Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Already starting shit. All right, let's do, because this is not for a NXT championship. Let's go ahead and do Joe Hendry versus Trick Williams for the TNA World Championship.
Well, Joe Hendry, Trick Williams is not winning the TNA championship. I don't care how many times he shows up. He's not winning it.
So you're going with Joe Hendry?
I believe.
But the real question is, did you believe in that rap that Trick was doing last night?
Absolutely horrible.
You ain't like it?
Absolutely horrible. Average Joe, absolutely horrible.
Yeah, average Joe, because he's an average Joe. He's still going to win, but he's still an average Joe. Come on, bro.
Let me tell you something. If Trick did not have Booker T hyping him up, Trick will fumble the ball, bro. I feel like Booker T is the reason why Trick get really like hyped.
What did you think about Joe Hendry's performance?
I didn't even catch Joe Hendry's performance.
He did one of those rock type concerts.
Yeah. I mean, I did watch TNA last week, and I saw that him and Elijah teamed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, him and Elijah teamed up. And
it was good. It felt good seeing Elijah, or Elias, formerly known as Elias, back on NXT.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go Obafemi versus Randy Orton. Oh, my bad. Miles Bourne.
You are going to stop calling this man Mbaku.
How you doing?
Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. All right, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. He really is, man. He really is.
That's
Yeah,
impossible. I don't give a damn what
I feel
nobody
like
say.
this is Miles Bourne's trial run. Um,
Mm-hmm.
this is really to see where he's going to be. Everybody knows that Obafemi, he's already ready for that stardom. You know, he's carrying NXT right now as a champion. I don't see Miles Bourne being ready yet. I feel like he might be ready for a group opportunity. Hence, for the fact, think that he could be the perfect addition to Seth Rollins' faction. But this would be a test for him.
So you going with Oba?
Yeah, going with Oba.
A part of me wants to pick Miles Bourne just for the shock value.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it.
Oh, okay.
MB. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Miles Bourne.
Going with Lil Orton.
Damn right I am. Okay. Now let's move on to the Double or Nothing card.
All right.
Shit, we getting these out of here.
So we starting with the stretcher match.
Well, yeah, give me a second because AEW is currently on right now, but I don't have it on because I have the Knicks and Pacers on right now. But yeah, so stretcher match. We have Ricochet versus Mark Briscoe. So who you got?
I'm going with Ricochet.
Okay.
Actually, there is a preliminary match.
Is that their match?
No. It's one before that.
Oh.
But
because no, they always have one during the 0 hour pre-show.
Yeah.
So I don't count that as a
okay.
What's the name?
You talking about the FTR versus Nigel McGuinness and Daniel Garcia?
Is that the match?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, if it's up here, so we can still talk about it. Yeah,
I guess that was supposed to be the 0 hour match. Maybe not.
Yeah, but we're in agreement on this. Ricochet. I just think that Ricochet's been doing a lot of great heel work lately.
Mm-hmm. He needs a heel work win.
Exactly, but he needs to get a win.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got to say about that. Now let's go to the newly heel FTR with Stokely. I was wondering what the hell happened to Stokely, but he's back and now he's with FTR versus Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness. Now before we get into this, Daniel Garcia. Oh, never mind. Daniel Garcia is not the TNT champion anymore. That's Adam Cole. So never mind. Take that away. Take away the question I was about to ask. I was about to ask how you feel about singles champions getting involved in matches at pay-per-views that don't involve their championship. But it doesn't matter because that doesn't apply here.
Right. But to answer your question, I hate it.
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go with FTR. They just turned him heel.
With Stokely, I'm definitely
with Stokely.
FTR. I'm definitely going FTR.
It's good to see that Nigel McGuinness is getting back into the ring, though.
Yeah, I feel like he has the most English British name ever, Nigel McGuinness. Like that is, bro. If William Regal had a faction full of Brits, Nigel McGuinness would be first on there.
Oh, most definitely. And also because he had that match with Danielson, so that was good. Yeah, but yeah. So now, next match, we have the Hurt Syndicate, who recently just added a new member.
Yes, they did.
In MJF. Going up against the Sons of Texas, Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara. I'm happy to see Sammy back on AEW TV.
Now, don't they currently hold the ROH Tag Team Championship?
Yeah.
I'm definitely sticking with the Hurt Syndicate unless MJF turns on them as soon as he joined them.
That would be insane if he turned that fast.
And I wouldn't put it past him, but I'm gonna stick with my guts and feel like that he's about to be the Owen Hart of um, the nation, and I'm going to stick with the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, I think that everybody knows, if you know MJF well enough and you've been watching wrestling long enough, you know that MJF is going to turn on the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, you can't trust them, period.
The question is when, or if the Hurt Syndicate if they get smart, and they turn on him before he turns on them. It's got to be one of those.
Now,
did you see what happened? It was either a Collision or last Dynamite, where he pulled out Mark Sterling to go over the contract, and MVP was like, "Oh, what you mean?" And then MJF was like, "You're a businessman. You never signed nothing without having your legal representation go over it." So,
yeah,
we'll see.
Now that would definitely, with MJF, I would definitely put him up against the Hurt Syndicate versus, I'm trying to get the name, is Undisputed. What exactly? What's their group name with Adam Cole?
The United Undisputed Kingdom.
Undisputed Kingdom. Yeah, it's something undisputed. Yeah, anytime you got those members a part of it. So I would like to see that, and MJF get the TNT championship. So I feel like that'd be good.
Yeah, especially because they fumbled the hell out of that Adam Cole MJF feud.
Yeah,
because it happened because Adam Cole ended up getting hurt again, and they had to pivot.
So they could definitely run it back.
Yeah. Oh, so I did find a way. I got Dynamite on right now. Ospreay is calling out Hangman, I think. But let's get to the Women's World Championship. Timeless Toni Storm versus Mina Shirakawa.
Because I've never heard of her before, I'm going with Timeless Toni Storm.
Well, if you remember the storyline with Mariah May and Tony, Mina was Mariah's partner in Stardom in Japan, and she brought her in. Remember they did that triple kiss.
Yeah. In the ring? Yeah, that is right. I do remember that. Yep.
So that was Mariah's former best friend, and then her and Tony got cool, but now they're fighting each other. But I'm still roll with Toni Storm. She's the best thing going, lady wise, on AEW. You know what I'm saying? And I think that this character of hers really is timeless. Like, you're gonna be talking about this character forever.
Oh yeah.
And it's an argument that her and Mariah May had probably the best women's feud in years. Now Mina, she did have a match with she fought Mercedes, who we're gonna talk about next. She fought Mercedes in Japan in a triple threat, and the other person won it. That's how Mercedes lost one of her belts. So I wish Jay was here so I could tell him, yeah, Mercedes, she's slowly but surely starting to strip one of them belts away. Now, speaking of Mercedes, she is going to be facing Jamie Hayter in the final of the Owen Hart Women's Tournament. And the winner of this will fight the winner of Tony and Mina. So who you got?
Jamie Hayter.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, even though she lost the belt, I don't see her getting another belt unless they still trying to make her a belt collector. But I could kind of see the match of Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm.
Yeah, I'm gonna still go with Mercedes.
I knew you were.
But I don't necessarily right now, I'm not confident that she's going to beat Toni Storm for it.
Mm-mm.
So even if she does win this match, I don't think that she's going to fight. I think she's going to beat Toni.
I don't like her character right now going against Toni Storm. I feel like that's what's making me say Jamie Hayter, but I feel like if her persona was different, I probably would pick Mercedes over.
Yeah, people have been. I will be doing a watch party for this, like I've been saying, because apparently people have been wanting some more AEW talk from us. That's a word around these podcast streets.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to give y'all more AEW content as far as the watch parties. All right. So like I said, these two are currently in the ring having a promo. Will Ospreay versus Hangman Page in the men's Owen Hart tournament final.
And the winner gets an AEW championship match at All In. Have we seen Will Ospreay versus Mox?
No.
No, we have not. Have we seen Hangman versus Mox? Probably
Maybe.
a long time ago.
I'm about to say maybe.
Yeah.
I'm sure we have.
Do we see Hangman being the revolutionary of stripping Mox for that title?
No, I don't.
Do we see Will Ospreay being the revolutionary, being the best pro wrestler to strip Mox from that title?
Yes, they have fought each other. It was back in the day. They fought each other. Revolution 2023. No, I don't see that either. Because I've been saying it for the longest time.
That it's gonna be Darby.
And he just got done climbing Mount Everest and put an AEW flag on the top of the mountain. I still think that it's Darby Allin. I'm still on that train. And until somebody beats Mox, I'm going to continue to say that it's Darby Allin.
I agree. It has to be Darby. But the closest thing is going to be Will Ospreay. And I feel like Will Ospreay, he's on one hell of a run in AEW. I mean, Hangman is too. He's back to his cowboy-ish, like full throttle. I just feel like Will Ospreay is going to take this one.
I have a feeling because the Don Callis family has been adding new members like Josh Alexander from TNA. That I have a strange feeling that they're going to get involved and they're going to stop him from winning this match.
Ooh.
I have a strange feeling. Yeah. Because Kyle Fletcher is next up.
Yeah.
And I think Josh Alexander just got a title.
ROH championship?
Yeah, I think so. Now we have one more match because it's not listed up here, and that is Anarchy in the Arena.
Anarchy in the Arena.
So you got Swerve and the Ops. That's Hobbs and Samoa Joe. I don't think is Hook hurt? I think.
Yeah, I think Hook is hurt.
Yeah. But it's gonna be them three and who else? It's I can't remember because it's so many people on Team Moxley.
Wasn't it the damn? Wasn't it the Asian dude?
Oh, Speedball. Was Speedball?
Nah, I don't think it's Speedball.
Is Speedball even Asian? I'm sorry. Oh shit. Anarchy in there. Let me just look this shit up, man.
I'm looking it up now. So it says Mox team include Gabe Kidd, the Young Bucks, and Marina Shafir.
Willow. That's who's on Team Swerve.
Yeah, Willow Nightingale. So Kenny Omega, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, Swerve Strickland, and Willow Nightingale.
Versus because Gabe Kidd looks like he's the newest member of the Death Riders.
Yes. And so they're unsure whether it'll be Wheeler Yuta or Claudio on the Death Rider side. Or it could be Okada.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they're unsure
the Elite.
of who, they're unsure who the last person is gonna be.
So who you got? Team Death Rider or Team Swerve? Team Ops.
Bro, like looking at Team Ops, I would definitely pick them.
I want to pick them so bad.
Me too. Like you got Swerve, Kenny, Samoa Joe, and Powerhouse Hobbs. Like, why would they lose? The only way
because of some foolery from the Death Riders.
But I was just about to say the only way that they would lose is strength in numbers, because you already know the Death Riders have what, 4 people, 4 guys on their side. Is Pac still hurt?
Yeah. He got a bad injury. He gonna be out for a minute.
Okay. And then we don't even know if Bryan Danielson is even like planning on coming back, but that's still a number. And then the Elite has 3 people. 2 of them could possibly not be in the match. So you're looking at strength in numbers.
And they also still have, even though he hasn't been on TV, the Elite still has Jack Perry.
Yeah. So, and it does say that in 2022, the Jericho Appreciation Society defeated the Blackpool Combat Club and Anarchy in the Arena. 2023, the Blackpool Combat Club defeated the Elite. And in 2024, the Elite defeated a team consisting of Bryan Danielson, Darby Allin, and FTR. So looking at the way that it has bounced back and forth.
So from what you're reading, is Moxley 1-1?
Yes, he is.
Okay. And the Bucks are 2-1 or 1-1?
I think the Bucks are 1-1 as well.
Which means that Kenny is.
Yeah. I don't think Kenny was in 2024's Anarchy in the Arena.
Who did they go against? The Elite? Who they go against?
They went against Bryan Danielson, Darby Allin, and FTR.
Okay, well, if Kenny wasn't there, then it must have been Okada and was it Perry?
Yeah, it had to be Perry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting. There's so many different versions of the Elite.
Yeah. I'm going with Death Riders.
You going with Team Death Riders?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Swerve.
Man.
You know what? No, I'm going with my gut. I'm picking Team Swerve. Yeah. Let's go Team Ops.
I'm picking Team and Ops. Swerve just dropped that new music video too. Yeah, and that shit hard.
Team Ops. Even if we wrong, we going with Team Ops.
Yeah, we go. I can't go against Swerve, bro. I ain't Booker T. You know what I'm saying? But did you see that Swerve was just in the studio with Samantha Irvin?
Mm-hmm.
Recording a song.
Mm-hmm.
Which is hilarious after that feud he had with Ricochet.
Right.
Okay. Now it's time for the last prediction of the night. This one is for Saturday night main event. Now this only has 4 matches. I know Jay would be excited about that.
Mm-hmm. I think your first one was only 4 matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, all right, so let's start off with Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in a steel cage match.
I'm going with Drew. The last steel cage match he lost.
That was a Hell in a Cell.
Still, it was cage. I'm picking Drew.
True. True.
I'm tired of all these.
Damn. So that would mean that.
Oh no! Hold on. I see right there.
He about to sweep Priest.
Oh, McIntyre won their Sin City Street fight. Yeah, I'm going with Damian Priest.
Yeah, I'm about to say because if you go with Drew, that means he about to sweep Priest.
Nah, I'm going with Priest.
In fact, you're going with Priest. I'm sticking with Drew, man. I think Drew needs this.
A clean sweep?
Yeah, because you got to think, man. He, from the time that he cashed in,
everything is going downhill.
Everything's gone to shit. He got disrespected by CM Punk. Lost his CM Punk feud. Then Damian Priest starts fucking with him, eliminates him from the Rumble, then eliminates him in Elimination Chamber.
No, I'm gonna stick with Drew, and I feel like that Drew wins, then he steps up to Bloodline 2.0 and takes on Jacob Fatu 1-on-1.
Yeah, and now he's going after the U.S. Championship. So yeah, I think this has been building up for Drew. They're trying to get him back on a winning path.
Yeah.
And because this is a Saturday night main event, it's not like it's Money in the Bank or something.
True.
If this is a PLE, I might consider picking Priest.
Nah, yeah, I'm gonna pick Drew too.
So, all right, let's do this because okay. So, are you excited or not that this is a non-title match? John Cena versus R-Truth.
Nah, I could get with that, the fact that it's a non-title match, and the reason why is the person he's going against is Truth. I do want to say this. I think I sent it to you in the group chat, and oh yeah. So, want to give a shout out to Mr. D on TikTok, right? Pause. His name, pause. But pause all the way. That's what his TikTok name says. I don't know what his Instagram.
I'm not even one word.
Hey, check. He be on his wrestling ish, right? On TikTok, okay. he has 4,164 followers. He has 122K likes. You know, his bio says just a fat guy that likes wrestling and nearby stuff. I like what he's saying about the John Cena story arc, right? John Cena story arc is literally the villain arc of John Cena, right?
Right.
And one of the key points that he said is that John Cena, he's not fighting people as just a heel, right? He's fighting himself in different people. So
okay.
For him to turn heel, he went against the mirror image of himself, which was Cody, right? And this is all going based upon your statement from a long time ago with the Fiend when John Cena fought the Fiend. In that, you know, it wasn't really a wrestling match, but it was a story match. That's what we're going to call it. And when the Fiend, aka Bray Wyatt, beat John Cena disappeared, right?
From all of wrestling history. I was there.
From all of wrestling history. And so when he came back, what happened with John Cena? He never won, right? So
Exactly.
to your point, Mr. Pause D said the same thing that Trey said, is that John Cena is somehow still trapped in the funhouse. And this is the funhouse. So he's fighting himself to try to get out of the funhouse. So the first person he has to fight is a mirror image of himself, which was Cody Rhodes. Boom. He got what he thought. He thought he was going to be broken from all this. No, taking him down another path. So then he fights his past. His past, Randy Orton. They've probably had, if not him, unfortunately, Edge isn't around, because I feel like between Randy Orton and Edge, those two are tied for being John Cena's greatest rivals.
Mm-hmm.
But he fought his past, which is Randy Orton. Now he's fighting his present in R-Truth. R-Truth, if y'all pay attention to R-Truth and R-Truth's story, he is pretty much John Cena. He does John Cena's moves. He does the comedy and stuff like that. He's loved by the kids. This is John Cena's present that he's
He
fighting.
raps.
He raps. Boom. Like everything about it is the perfect storyline that I think a lot of people have been missing. And I'm glad that the dude off TikTok actually brought it really out to existence. I had to give him a shout out. And so you know where it's going from here. John Cena's gonna keep going. Then he has to fight somebody for basically the future him. We don't know who the future him is yet, but he's going to be fighting someone of the future for WWE. And it's going to be to the point that it gets broken. Whatever this heel villain arc of his, it will be broken. It probably will be broken by the future. And that's how he's going to be able to become face again.
Well, people thought that the future him was Austin Theory, which is why they had them fighting against each other, and they had him beat him at Mania and all of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because he was giving more prototype early ruthless aggression era Cena.
He was.
That's what he was presenting off.
And I feel like they gave that too early based upon this storyline with Cena. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if according to the Rock, they was freestyling this shit. So there was no way to know this.
The draft is coming up. We still could get prototype Theory. We still could. You can't throw that away.
And he's about to turn face.
Exactly. We can't throw that away.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have more to say on Theory, but I'm gonna wait until we get to the next match. Actually, I don't know. I'll see. I'll ask you which match you want to do last. But as far as this John Cena R-Truth, did you see that when Truth? This is probably one of the most serious things. There's two serious moments within Truth that Truth has shown us within the last few months. To me, one is when he was talking to Cody. When he was talking to Cody, like, "Hey man, you might want to think about selling your soul. Look at all this. Look at all this stuff. Like how could you turn this down?" And he seemed like a more serious Ron Killings than the goofy ass R-Truth. And then he turned back into the goofy one, asking for more shrimp and shit. But and then when he ran out there to save John Cena from losing his title because he believes in John Cena that much, and then for him to go to John Cena and to say, and Truth, he joking around. He was like, "Hey man, I don't care what they say. I don't care if they say you suck and you can't wrestle. I still believe in you." And then Cena turned like a robot.
Yep.
And he called him Ron, and he said, "You done crossed the line," and then he put him AA through the table. And then on the second thing that was serious was when he said in that interview that he is willing to beat some sense into Cena to bring him back to reality. I was like, okay,
it's gonna be crazy watching R-Truth do Cena's moves on Cena.
It's gonna be hilarious.
Like, because he has it down to a T. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still gonna do his moves. You know, when he does that spinning clothesline or hammer fist that he does, when he does the kick up leg spin and everything. Like he's still gonna do some of his moves, but when he does the shoulder tackles, the setup for the 5-knuckle shuffle, and then the AA, which will, I don't know if you guys can see this, but that if R-Truth came out in John Cena attire, I will lose it. I will lose it because that would be perfect for that story.
And he still wears the shirts like Cena.
Yeah. So shout out Mr. D. Pause.
I have a question about how you think this match is going to finish. Do you think that John Cena would just hit him with an AA and end it that way, or do you think he's going to tap him out? I think he's going to tap him out.
I think he's going to put him in the STF.
And he's not going to let go.
Mm-mm.
It's going to be one of those where he is going to be, in his mind, proving to R-Truth that this is reality. Yeah. And you messed up. And I'm going to show you. Stop trying to be me and do all that stuff. Is going to come out. And he's going to put him in that STFU, and he's going to hold that shit for about a minute.
Yeah, I think he's going to do it the same way that he did CM Punk.
Yeah, but see, he wasn't bad yet to the public when he did that.
Mm-mm. But I feel like he's going.
I think because he apologized. I don't think he's going to say R-Truth. Say sorry to R-Truth. I don't think he's going to do that.
Nah, I feel like he's going to lock it in same way under his bicep and choke him out. Truth might pass out.
And he's going to hold that shit there. I think Truth is actually going to tap, but Cena's not going to care, and he's going to hold that shit. Now, speaking of Cena, do you think that we get hints of a possible Cody return, or do you think we're still not going to see him until closer to SummerSlam? Or could he be a surprise entrant into the Money in the Bank?
I think it could be that.
Surprise entrant?
Yeah, I think it could be that. It could be either or. Do I see Cody fighting for money? Nah, I don't see Cody fighting for Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay, I don't either, but I wouldn't be shocked if he did become a surprise entrant. Like, you remember when they had one spot left, and it ended up being Brock, and that's the one that Brock won?
Yeah.
Okay. So, which match do you want to do last? You want to do your glasses sake or the tag match?
We could go. We go, Jay.
All right, so we have fighting for the World Heavyweight Championship. We have the challenger Logan Paul versus the champion Jey Uso. And speaking of Logan Paul and Jey Uso, shout out again to the people on TikTok that follow our page. Our Logan Paul Jey Uso video is now at over 45,000 views. So thank you very much for that. Do y'all just love seeing Jay get knocked out? I don't know how this video got so high, but
it got to be the punch.
We appreciate it anyway.
Yeah,
it got to be. And the fact that he did it 3 times in the video. But let's just start out with who we think is winning. You have the glasses, so I'll go. You can go last. I'm gonna go with the Yeet Man himself.
Yes, sir. We are going with main event Jey Uso. You already know what it is, Us. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. But I'm gonna tell you why. They should have never, if they wanted it to be, I guess, to the average wrestling fans, I understand Logan Paul knocked Jey Uso out again at the end of Raw.
Y'all lucky. Y'all. I almost made another video about that. Y'all lucky.
But I feel like that the Gunther promo kind of solidified that Jay's winning. It didn't really give me any convincing that Logan Paul could possibly win and face Gunther. It didn't give me that.
I agree.
It gave me, because Gunther said it would be personal if Logan Paul took that victory away from him, that convinced me that Jay Uso's winning. And he's going to be fighting Gunther again, which then led me, when he knocked Jay out for the 4th time, I was like, all right, yeah, Jay Uso's definitely winning.
And yeah, I agree with everything you said. And then looking forward, does the Gunther promo give you any idea of where you would be leaning in the rematch or the third fight between them? Because right now they're 1-1.
I'm still leaning Jay Uso. Because if that's the case, then they would be fighting at Money in the Bank, possibly.
More than likely.
Because
Money in the Bank is June 7th, and June 7th is right around the corner.
Yeah,
it's literally in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So yeah, I would still, like I said, I still feel like Jay's holding this to SummerSlam.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning that way. I don't think that Jay Uso is going to hold the title all year, but I do think that he'll make it. I do think he'll make it to SummerSlam.
And something happened that I feel like now it will be a triple threat match: Seth Rollins versus Gunther versus Jay Uso.
Okay.
The fact that Seth interjected with Gunther backstage, right?
He did.
Yeah. So that right there, I was like, now we got 3 powerhouses. Yeah, I could see that at SummerSlam. I could see Braun Breaker possibly getting in the midst of Jay Uso and Gunther's match. More like low key that Seth doesn't want to really fight Gunther, so he could possibly inadvertently help Jay Uso win by attacking both of them. Which will further the storyline and lead to a triple threat match at SummerSlam.
Okay. So you brought his name up. So let's get to the main event. Well, I don't know. This could be the main event actually, or it might be Cena. I don't know.
Yeah,
Cena might start the show.
It might.
I don't know. But anyway, we have CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Did they get a name? If they did, I missed it.
They did not. Okay. They don't have a name yet.
Okay. A lot of different ways this can go. As far as picking who's going to win, a part of me really wants to pick Sami Zayn and CM Punk, but I'm going with Seth and Braun only because they haven't really been. They've been coming up on the short end of the stick. The last few run-ins. So yeah.
And I want to see their chemistry as far as being the tag team.
So that's who you have also?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I already know it. I know what you already gonna say, so say it. I know what you gonna say. Say it.
Does it involve Sami Zayn?
It does. It does. And Raw gave us everything that we needed to know. It's the little stuff that people miss.
Yeah. That's the stuff you have to watch it. Shit.
It's the little stuff.
You got to pay attention to everything. Everything in WWE matters at this point.
It does.
There's no throwaway scenes.
Nope.
So, what? Well, my biggest takeaway was when Sammy and Punk had that sit down, and they both said they don't trust anybody,
Mm-hmm.
and they gave a reluctant fist bump.
Mm-hmm.
Now we know why CM Punk got trust issues,
Mm-hmm.
and we low
But
key understand why Sammy got trust issues too.
exactly. But you gotta go back to freaking Survivor Series of last year.
Yeah.
You gotta go back last year. Because you remember when CM Punk was about to go out, and Roman stopped him and told Sammy to go. Sammy looked at Punk, but he listened to Roman. And he went. He didn't try to justify for Punk. So Punk don't trust Sammy because Sammy has shown his colors multiple times, right?
Mm-hmm.
What stood out to me is the real small things. So on Monday, when he came and he waited on an apron, Punk came, the crowd came, like the crowd singing his song and stuff like that. Punk is looking at Sammy. Sammy doesn't even glance at Punk. He's just looking at Seth and Braun. He doesn't look at Punk to like the last minute to be like, all right, let's go. That part right there, I was like, Sammy gonna turn on Punk. Sammy's gonna turn on Punk.
So, do you think that means that Sammy is in fact the third member?
I honestly feel like he is. All right, so when you look at it, right, Sammy over the past year, even with the bloodline, Sammy has probably had maybe one or two heelish type things. Even in the bloodline, I still feel like Sammy was more face than he was heel. The only time that he was heel is when he low blowed KO.
And when they were jumping people in the locker room backstage.
Right. So I mean that wasn't too much, but it was like whoever they had a rivalry with, they was doing that. But to know like his real heelish encounter was KO when he low blowed him in War
To prove his
Games.
loyalty.
But when it came back around the second time when he was supposed to hit him with the steel chair, he ain't pulled the trigger. He went back face.
Right.
I feel like Sammy understands what he has to do. I feel like he understands it.
I agree. Yeah, Punk is definitely going to get. I used this phrase already, but I'll say it again. He's going to get the short end of the stick when it comes to this.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to keep going back to SummerSlam, I mean not SummerSlam, but Survivor Series, Sammy tried to recruit Seth.
He did.
He said he couldn't do it because of Roman. He said he couldn't do it.
Yep. He did.
The same, pretty much the same speech that Sammy is giving Seth now, Seth gave to Sammy.
Yep.
And I can't join you. I can't get down with this because look at who you are. You're turning into Roman. Da da da.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there, done that.
And Sammy literally called Seth out on it. He was like, "You're being Roman right now."
Mm-hmm.
If he's being Roman, who does he go with?
Ahead. Exactly.
If Seth is the Roman right now, who does he go with? He has his right hand man. Now he needs the Jimmy Uso of the group.
Mm-hmm. Bring the comedy, but also bring the fight.
Yeah.
But then also, I'm still on this Logan Paul train because the fact that they're still intertwined in Jey Uso's involved in so many stories right now, including Seth and Braun. And the fact that Logan keeps knocking Jay out, even though they have a feud. And like we said, Logan's not winning.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see Logan being there. Yeah. And who knows? The plan could always been, yeah, Logan, he could always say, I was never trying to win the championship. I was just trying to soften you up.
Yeah.
It could be stuff like that.
Now, if Jey Uso's match is at the beginning of Saturday Night Main Event, I feel like it might be Logan. I honestly feel like it might be Logan because Paul Heyman really didn't even mention Logan this past Monday.
Mm-hmm.
But he just kept stating, you know, when Logan started doing the facts thing, Paul Heyman reiterated on those facts. So that kind of played, you know what I'm saying? That kind of played into it too. So it could be Logan.
Yeah, I think it's you know how sometimes WWE will put stuff like right in your face. And it's up to you to decide whether you want to take it at face value or if you have to look deeper into it. And sometimes you can look deeper into it and there's really no need to. But sometimes you just gotta take what's right there.
Yeah, I would pick Logan over Sammy in this kind of
Yeah,
situation.
I would too.
Yeah.
I would because I still believe that Sammy really still wants the championship. And if he gets with Seth, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. But I think that there's enough doubt that has been sowed between Punk and Sammy to where it'll cost him the match. Not necessarily that Sammy's going to turn on Punk.
Right.
All right. Well,
because Sammy could also be like, you know what, Seth was right. It is always about you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because maybe Punk has a moment of doubt and he refuses to tag in Sammy, or he waits too long to tag in Sammy and he gets speared or curb stomped, and then Sammy gets taken out.
or he tags Sammy in at the wrong time.
Yeah. Yeah. Like he does a blind tag and Sammy doesn't see it coming. It could be something like that.
True.
But let's go ahead and get to we have some subscriber questions. I think we got one from Calvin, and we said, who do we think is going to be the new member added? We just answered that. But he also wanted us to touch on our thoughts on the Zoe Stark injury.
Ooh. Okay.
I was going crazy about it.
So when I looked at the fan perspective of that injury, I don't know if I think it was Zoe's fault. Like, she miscalculated. Because looking at the distance where Kyrie was, she was still close to the ropes on the other side. And she was not at the distance. So it was definitely a miscalculation on the distance of doing that move. Maybe it was Kyrie who, you know, stayed in her position a little bit too long, but the way she came down, I was like, eesh.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. And it's the way she landed.
Yeah, she landed with that knee, like that back leg. That back leg came.
Shit.
When she went down, I was like, oh, she's out. That's an ACL all day.
And I was going ham because I was like, and this is why I can't stand when people call wrestling fake. It's like they be having these real injuries that put them out for. Jason Tatum just got an ACL injury. He gonna miss the whole next season for the Boston Celtics.
Achilles,
same shit. He got his KD got torn.
Yeah. You say his KD got torn.
His KD messed up.
Hey, I'm sorry. I am not a Boston fan, so I'm gonna talk my ish. That man wants to be Kobe Bryant so bad. Just because you had an Achilles tear, don't make you Kobe. Okay, Kobe went and shot his free throws.
Hey man, you ain't gonna do Tatum like that. See, you lucky Jay not here because he a Celtic fan.
Hey. Well, guess what? Part-time. You got a part-time hooper that lost y'all the doggone. That got y'all kicked out of the doggone playoffs.
I'm not laughing at JT's injury. I'm laughing at this fool. But yeah, man, I feel, especially since everybody from her group got cut.
Bro, so that's the part. And so, you know, what's her name is doing, I think she's doing like commentary or like backstage for women's like cage fighting. Yeah, Sonya Deville. She's doing cage fighting on commentary or working backstage on promotion and stuff. So, shout out to her. She went back to her grassroots and everything.
She had, and remember, she had a little injury history.
Mm-hmm. So, but damn, I'm just like, all these people that you cut, and
I know why they kept Zoe, because Zoe had the brightest future out the three.
Did she?
I think so, because you got to think, unless they were just going to strap a rocket to Shayna's back, she's older and they haven't really done anything with her, so it wasn't her. And then Sonya, I mean, hell, she's been a wrestler. She's come back in a leadership position. Mm-hmm. Then she left again, came back as a wrestler, started her own group, and she was the first one they cut. Yeah. And she said that they were in negotiations when they did it. Mm-hmm. So I think Zoe, in their minds, had the brightest ceiling that she could still do stuff.
I mean, Zoe could, like, she had the best in-ring out of that group. She had the best in-ring talent to me. Mm-hmm. I just don't know where they were. I don't know.
If anything, she should have been involved she needs to be involved in the mid-card scene. Yeah, IC or US if the draft came and she got drafted to a different show. Absolutely. One of those. The Money in the Bank qualifier with Rhea being in there, I knew Kyrie wasn't going to win it. I knew Zoe wasn't going to win it. There was only so many people.
Yeah, when you said that, does this change like the ending? I was like, no, it was never meant for her to win regardless. It was. So Zoe was in there to try to give Rhea some comp.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she's probably one of the very few that could go toe-to-toe with Rhea. So that was Zoe's purpose, and to make it more like competitive. But we see where that happened. Prayers up. Hope she has a speedy recovery. That looked like it's a complete tear.
Yeah, I'm talking about horrible.
ACL, MCL, PCL, LCL, all that.
Now, and then I have one more question for us. Damn it, where is it? Oh, here we go. Damn it. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. What is one thing? This is from Jamari. What is one thing WWE could do to make this John Cena heel turn better? I feel like we discussed it already. But I never looked at it, even though I did talk about how he got erased from history with the Fiend and all of that. I never thought about it the way that you and what's his name, Mr. D, with how y'all. I never thought about it in that way about how he's fighting. And I think that what people get when people ask questions about John Cena's heel turn, depending on the question that they ask, it lets me know that they don't really get it. Mm-hmm. Like, get the point of the heel turn, because if you think it's just as simple as him just dumping on the fans that treated him bad for 20 plus years, you're not really paying attention, because it's deeper than that.
Mm-hmm. And you got to think, when he got erased from wrestling, there was no fans.
Exactly.
Right? The fans disappeared. So when you really look at it deep, he could even play on like COVID, like the fans left him first.
Ooh. And then y'all thought that putting y'all behind some TV screens was going to make up for it.
Yeah, but because y'all weren't there for me, I got erased from wrestling. Like, I got erased by the Fiend. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was the ending that he said. They said, could it be? It could either be his future that helps him, or it could possibly be Uncle Howdy that releases him from the Funhouse.
Ooh.
Because Uncle Howdy and the YS6 are on SmackDown.
Yeah, and honestly, when the draft does happen, I think it's going to kind of be like it was this last one, where the champions don't switch shows.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're already on SmackDown. So yeah, I can see that. And now because you got Alexa, she's trying to form this alliance with Charlotte. So I guess the shit with her and the Wyatt Six still ain't happening.
Yeah.
At least not for now.
I promise you, during the John Cena promo, if I see a Wyatt Six symbol pop up, we know what's going on. But I don't think anything right now can make it better. I feel like I know what a lot of people wanted and a lot of people expected. But when you do that, you're looking at your typical heel change, like heel turn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
New music, new look, everything. John Cena blacking out the Titantron to just say John Cena, keeping his music, still wearing his attire because he was like, this is him. Like, I made this, y'all didn't. And like it speaks so much volume to his heel turn, and it makes it more unique. Because think about New Day, they changed their music, they changed their attire. I actually like it for them though, because it makes it look more edgier, but they had to go through a kind of a heelish turn. John Cena didn't really go through a heelish turn. He did heelish actions that symbolize more to him than to a whole different persona.
And look at it like this. I also love the fact that he wears the championship belt backwards. So you could watch him so you could watch the title walk away from you every time. You're watching the last real champion walk away, and the championship is facing us, the fans, instead of facing forward with him. It's facing backwards with us.
When he walks to the ring, he wears during his entrance, he wears it backwards.
And it's different than Jey Uso or Jacob Fatu that just hold it backwards like this.
But they do that as homage to Roman, because Roman was the one who really put an emphasis. I'm not going to say he started that. Because if you really look at it, the person who really started doing the whole backwards thing was probably the Undertaker, when he used to go like this and he'll in a rock. They were always flip it backwards. But Roman was the one who really carried it on his shoulder. Even when he was the big dog, he carried it like that. He threw it over his shoulder and he carried it. So Jacob Fatu does it. Jey Uso does it. Hey, shout out to your boy Zilla Fatu. You know,
Reality of Wrestling.
And the fact that Reality Wrestling is a WWE ID promotion. So it just lets you know that is a highway to the indies getting over. And shout out to Booker T for running that jump, man. He's doing a lot of things. Booker T really doesn't get all the credit where credit is due. He's doing Reality of Wrestling. He's commentating for NXT. He's doing LFG as one of the coaches. Like, Booker T's everywhere, man.
That is true. And that is a perfect segue, because we're going to do a quick hit about one of his prodigies. Roxanne Perez has been introduced to the Judgment Day, not as an official member, but just as somebody that Finn Balor just wants to introduce and get a feel for it.
And watch their back.
And watch specifically Liv and Raquel's backs.
And so
Raquel was not having that shit.
Nope. And Roxanne Perez came with gifts, but only to two people. She gave Dominic Mysterio chicken nuggets
in a Kohl's box.
And then she gave Carlito a bag of apples, which
you saw what Roxanne did.
Not Roxanne.
I mean, you saw what Raquel did.
Raquel, she knocked the apple out of his hand.
She don't like him getting attention. She don't like him getting attention from other women.
Nah, that's in the little girlfriend-ish, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she ain't like that. She ain't like that. But notice she didn't even like when Dom got the nugs. She was looking like, what the fuck, but she ain't really go ham. But when Carlito was like, oh shit.
But I seen like the screenshots on IG. the look on Finn's face when Dom turned and watched Roxanne walk away, and Finn was just cheesing. But you called this. Like, you called it. You called the Roxanne interjection into the Judgment Day. And for Dom, but somebody was like, Dom is winning, bro. Dom is winning.
Yeah. Because they was like, if he, because they was like, let's say he did dump Liv to go with Roxanne. He 4 for 4.
Hey,
if you count his real life wife.
yeah. But in the WWE,
they said the fact that he had Tiffany trying to get at him.
Yeah.
And the fact that Chelsea Green, before he got with Liv, was pitching the idea of being his girl.
Mm-hmm.
So real talk, he's 5 for 5.
Yeah.
But I think that real quick on this, because Raquel said, because remember, Dom is a few things here. Number one, Dom never kept in contact with Rhea the whole time that Rhea was gone. Mm-hmm. Him and Liv were pretty much together from the jump. Mm-hmm. He literally said that he missed Liv right before Finn walked in with Roxanne. Mm-hmm. And when Finn kept talking about Roxanne, Dom twice said, "We need to talk to Liv about this." Mm-hmm. Now, Dom, when he looked at Roxanne when she walked away, because he didn't eat them nuggets. He held them, but he ain't eat the shit.
He picked one up and he was like,
"Yeah." But when Liv got him the chicken nuggets from Wendy's or wherever them shits was from, he was fucking them shits up.
Yeah, he smashed them. Yeah. I like the chicken nugget reference.
And then Raquel, when she said, "Oh, Liv's going to hear about this," and Finn talking about some, "I can't wait." If the Judgment Day couldn't tell from his reaction alone to her saying that, that don't let you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think what's going to happen is, I don't think that Dom is going to do anything with Roxanne. Mm-mm. What I think is going to happen, and I said it to you in the chat, I think that this is a play to get Raquel to turn on Liv. Mm-hmm. Because we already knew that her and Liv weren't going to stay together forever. They've won the tag titles twice since they've been back together.
Right.
This will get Liv back into the singles picture. So if they want to have her and Dom have matching IC titles, this is how you start it.
Yeah. Or it could just be a play on Finn fumbling again, where he tries to cook up a plan and he fumbles.
But see, this time, the only way that this plan will work this time is he has to have another member in the Judgment Day working with him.
Yeah.
And people have also been pointing out, if you notice, every time Raquel be asking Dom about Liv, all Dom says is that, yeah, she misses me. He don't be saying that she miss you.
Yeah.
He be saying that she miss me.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that this is a play to get Dom is a red herring.
Yeah.
Dom is a red herring. I think it's all a play for Raquel to turn on Liv. Now, whether that means that Finn, Roxanne, and Raquel go elsewhere and leave the Judgment Day, or just Liv and Dom leave, something's going to happen.
Right.
But I think it's all going to happen at SummerSlam, but it's going to be the reverse to where Finn doesn't get his way, like you said.
True.
But that's all I got to say about that. Any other quick hits you want to hit on before we get out of here?
So one, it's not really a quick hit. I always like I don't know if I ever brought it up on a podcast about Penta and Rey Fenix, like symbol on the Titantron, on how it's the exact same symbol, but it spells both of their names out. I feel like that's a dope play, especially when they incorporate them as a tag team, which will happen after the draft. There's definitely going to happen. But one quick hit that I did have is the fact that it is being noted and is possibly being in the works. And it says that Roman Reigns is in talks to star in live action Street Fighter movie with current Polynesian actor, mega actor, what the hell is his name? Jason Momoa.
I kind of felt you was going to say that. You could just say Aquaman.
Yeah, I ain't want to call him Aquaman because Aquaman sucked. But But yes, so there's a possibility that Roman could be starring in Capcom's version of Street Fighter in a live
Well,
action one.
you know that this could be him just trying to get into his acting bag because he did say that he's going to be retiring in the next 2 to 3 years.
Very much so.
This could be him trying to get into his acting bag so he can get those checks.
Yeah.
Uh oh, one more thing about the Judgment Day I forgot to say. I don't think it's going to be any of the current members that help Dom if Finn tries to screw him.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be El Grande.
Oh yeah.
El Grande going to help him.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been telling y'all the deal that Dom made with Chad Gable is starting to pay dividends.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
And Finn don't really know nothing about that.
Mm-mm. Another quick hit. It's old, but that hell of a triple threat TLC match that was on SmackDown, that included DIY, the Street Profits, and Motor City Machine Guns, was produced by Jamie Noble and Kenny what? Dykstra. There we go.
The guy from Spirit Squad.
Spirit Squad. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was definitely definitely one for which as a quick hit.
Mm-hmm. And also props to Nia Jackson, Tiffany Stratton for that match.
So
on SmackDown.
Oh yeah. That was actually a good match.
Even though Nia's face exploded when that chair hit her.
Bro, I'm not lying. I was like, goodness gracious. So I seen this post a while ago and I saved it, so I'm now coming to it. It said, wouldn't it be an absolute full circle moment if Roman Reigns won his first Money in the Bank, and right when Seth is about to win the world title from Jey Uso, Roman cashes in and steals it the same way Seth did the heist of the century?
Hell yeah. I would love that. That would be because you got to remember Seth is always screwing Roman.
Yeah.
The only time that Roman really got some get back was when he screwed Seth in the match against Punk, even though Seth technically won because he wanted to beat Punk in the middle of the ring after stomping him.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be great, but then I would feel I wouldn't know how to really feel about that because then I was like, damn, so you screwing your cousin in the process.
He don't care about that.
I know he don't. As a fan, I would be looking like, damn, bro, you screwing your cousin.
Yeah. So I do got one more question. With Zilla winning the ROW championship, does this push back his calling?
It would just depend on when he loses it, honestly. It's possible that he may hold it until we get ready for the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you said, certain people from NXT are going to get called up. So when those people get called up, it could make him do his transition to NXT.
Mm.
And he'll probably drop the Reality of Wrestling belt prior to that.
Yeah.
Or maybe like right after the draft, because they're not going to say that he got drafted to NXT.
I feel like that, or I feel like that on one of their Reality of Wrestling shows, it could be like Booker T has another swerve in his whole thing. Is that I got something for you? You know, you got that ROW championship. Well, I have a WWE ID contract. You beat such and such, or he could. The first thing he could ask is a swap, and Zilla says no. But then he's like, well, if you do beat whoever the champion was, or whoever the contender is, you retire with the belt and you go to WWE. So that could.
I was about to say, yeah, you get both.
Yeah.
But either way, you're not leaving with my belt, so you're either gonna have to vacate it or give it up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, appreciate everybody for tuning in. If y'all are going to be watching these events with me on these watch parties, we're gonna have a busy weekend.
Yeah.
We got a Saturday night main event, and then we have 2 shows on Sunday, which is crazy. At the same time.
At the same damn time.
But they should go. Saturday night main event should go by fast. It's only 4 matches.
Yeah.
If y'all want to watch it with me and then go out later, you got plenty of time.
True.
Sunday, Monday is Memorial Day, so we could be up all night on Sunday watching these. Oh, and LJ079 joined our Instagram. What?
Wow. Really, Jay? Really,
Bro,
Mr. Rant?
thank you for tuning in on the IG. Did you pop in on the YouTube live as well?
Really, Mr. Rant? Really,
He said, "How y'all record without me?" Nah. See, this.
Hold on, you said you wasn't gonna be here.
Nah.
Nah.
So what we not gonna do is, because I texted him and I was like, "You not gonna be here, right?" He was like, "Yeah." I said, "Go over the match cards," and I sent all 3 events, and text me or text the group your predictions, and he didn't do it. So that's why we have no Rant and Jay full-time, part-time Jay predictions for y'all. Is because he never sent us his predictions for these shows.
And then he ain't let us know that he wanted to do another day.
Well, he's gonna be gone all week.
Oh, see, whoop, boom, Memorial Bike Week, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, he said I'm at the beach. He just said it on IG.
You know what? Goodbye, guys.
All right, y'all. For ranting part-time, full-time Jay, my name is Trey, aka Treyway, aka OTR Trey, aka Wednesday Night Trey.
It's your boy JD OTR Mic Drop, aka Wednesday Night Dreadlock. You already know. 4 letters, 1 word. Ooh. Yeet.
And you joined the IG live too. What the fuck? What is happening here?
No, I wanted to see Jay's comment.
Oh, okay. Like, what is happening? Do I gotta join it too?
No, I wanted to see Jay's comment. That's what it was.
All right, y'all. We out of here.
Peace.